Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. This is your stay at home grandmama, and I'm bringing you. I was going to do it on the 14th of May, but I decided to just do it now since I'm, you know, just starting out with this new channel. On this channel, there will be cooking and there will be DIYs. Okay, and I'm going to change the whole thing on the other one. So there'll be cooking and DIYs and just advice, and not advice, but just, ways of making things when you can't get it, because it seems like what they're saying is that that things are going to be falling off, going off the shelves and stuff like that, like toilet paper. Not that, but like, in 2023 when we had the epidemic and that stuff like that. So I'm going to teach you how to make. I showed you in the other channel how to make disinfectant. So I'm going to show you how to make disinfectant again, how to make your own soap powder, how to make your own. Just I know a lot of things. We learned them from, like, I'm a child of the aftermath of the Second World War because I was born in '48. So, and even though I lived in America, they had what do you call them? Raids, like something else that I can't think of what the word is. But, again, I think I told you all they had CD places, civil defense places, and you could go in and whatever. And then they had us practicing at the schools and everything like that. And it was different. So, and most of the people that I lived around in my neighborhood, and I'll tell you about my neighborhood later, but it was a lot of older people, you know, and my mother was kind of old even in that because she was like 30, 32, 33 when she had me. I think she was a little bit older. I don't remember. But so I'm here. And if you want me to find out something, I'll research it and tell you how to make it. Okay? So anyway, yesterday, remember the can opener? As I said on my other channel, couldn't get it to work. Well, that's because your girl here put in the batteries wrong. Okay, so it works now. So this is a can of whole tomatoes. I'm making pasta sauce. So I got one can of whole tomatoes, and I'm gonna open up this other can of crushed tomatoes. I'll do it right here. I thought it. That one's open too. So I am going to turn you all around. So excuse the squeaking so I can get to the stove. I'll do this between my phone and the laptop, but I was so used to doing it with the laptop. It seems easier for me, but I'm also going to be learning to use my phone. So how's everybody doing? I am doing fine. House is quiet for a while. So there's my stove. So over there, I'm going to pour this in. Now I'll tell you what I have in it before I pour this in. I'll bring it over so you can see it. So I've already cut in the onions, and I put in 2 whole tomatoes because I didn't want them to, they weren't used, and I don't want them to get older and I forget that they're there. And then I've got onions, and some mushrooms. I'm going to put some more mushrooms in. So I'm going to pour these tomatoes in. And what I'm going to do later is I'm going to mash them in my blender. I have a hand blender, an immersion blender. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the mushrooms, the little button mushrooms, and I'll be talking to you as I go. I'm really not cutting them up in small things because, like I said, I'm going to use the immersion blender. But I've washed them off and everything. Okay, so that's it for that. All right, now I'm going to go in the freezer and I'm going to go get my green peppers and my red peppers and whatever because they're already in the bag. And I'm going to use all of these peppers. I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil. Okay, now I'm going to use some garlic. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of garlic. This is the garlic that I got. I got the fresh garlic, bought it in a jar at the farmer's market, and then I, chopped it all up and put it in here. Put some olive oil in here. This lasts for a long time. Okay. Now I got some passata tomato paste. I have a little bit in this one and a full one in this one. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to use half of this one. So I use one half of that one and a half of that one to make my own one. And this is actually good pasta puree. It's from 100% fresh Italian tomatoes, and it's called Pomi. Pomi. It's made in Italy. That's what it says on the box. Okay, so I'm going to season it now and then probably season it a little bit more later. So, I'll tell you what I'm putting in. I'm putting in the Italian seasoning. I put these things up as I go. It just makes my life a little easier. Oregano. And I have different types of seasoning, so I'm pouring in for me, but this is about a teaspoon. Now I have tomato basil seasoning. I have citrus garlic, but it has to have some kind of a citrus to it. Now some people put, like, we'll shave in some lime or some lemon. Okay, basil leaves. I need to be putting this back, so I'm going to bring some more over. Okay, cilantro and lime. Now some people don't use cilantro in theirs, but I do. Okay, now this is the salt-free seasoning. Put about a tablespoon in there. This is the Vinegar complete seasoning. I'm going to take these over and then bring the other ones back. Now this is the garlic powder. I'm putting about a tablespoon of garlic powder, even though I have garlic in here. You gotta put some. Okay. Here is seasonal, Morton's seasonal. Now this is my pepper. I did 20 turns of that. We're almost done with the seasoning. Okay, this is garlic and herbs. That's a half a teaspoon. And then this is onion powder. And this is salt. And because it grinded in, okay. So I'm going to put all this back, and then we're going to turn it on. Okay, now we're going to turn it on. And put it on a really low flame. Okay. Then we're going to have 2 cups of water. Really what I should have done that I didn't do is add vegetable, the vegetable stock to it. I just didn't feel like going and getting it out because it was raining out there. Okay, so then last but not least, we're going to stir it up and then put powder on it, the top on it rather. Let me go in here and get the top. So it's got the top on. So that's it. So if you like this, like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section. And I will be back later with the immersion blender to blend all of the big things up. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye. See you in the next video. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent, one from another. Amen.